Ice and snow problems are not just limited to alpine regions, but are part of our everyday life.
You're right, the video quality is poor. You've been watching part of the original VHS tape. Tim Bonner, the inventor, moved to Mount Washington Valley in 1996 to apply his inflatable membrane technology to solve the ice dam problem. What prompted his move was an article in USA Today stating that insurance claims for ice and water damage had already exceeded $2 billion that year. If IcePro could work in the Mount Washington Valley with up to 500 inches of snow and sub-zero temperatures, it could work anywhere. You're currently viewing the front of the first New Hampshire bank in North Conway, where the first IcePro test system was installed in 1996. After the first year and about 100 installations throughout New Hampshire, we were often told, IcePro works great, and then asked, but is there anything you can do to stop the dripping? While large icicles hanging over a walkway pose a serious safety hazard and create liability issues for property owners, an even greater liability and maintenance issue occurs when icicles drip and refreeze on the walkways below. If you need some convincing that gutters and slippery walkways are not a liability issue, simply turn on your TV for a few minutes and notice all of the lawyers trolling for fall and slip injury victims. Their ads are typically about a guy falling from a ladder while cleaning a gutter or slipping on an icy sidewalk. And that's why almost every business keeps salt stockpiled near their front door. And while the use of salt may help prevent a lawsuit, it begins destroying your property as soon as it's spread around. Plus, it creates a mess inside and further damage as visitors track it into your building. To maintain safe walkways and minimize liability issues, chopping and salting must be done several times a day. Most people who live in climates that have moderate to heavy snowfall worry about ice and water damage every winter. However, very few know or understand what exactly happens on a roof, and why gutters are usually more of a liability than an asset. Within hours of a few inches of snow, an ice dam begins to form between the roof and the snow. As the melting snow runs down the roof and as the ice dam grows, the gutter becomes frozen solid very quickly. Until there is a complete thaw, the gutter will remain frozen and basically useless. Eventually, icicles form on the gutter and the dripping begins. The snow on your roof provides the fuel for an ice dam and icicles to grow and become a big problem. Even though the air temperature may be 20 below zero, the top layers of snow provide insulation for the layer against the roof, causing the melting to continue. Watch as the melting snow completely engulfs the gutter. For most of the winter, the lower roof, fascia board, and eave remain wet. Water also begins backing up on the roof, which is why it's called an ice dam. Eventually, as the water keeps backing up, it enters your roof, creating interior water damage. Typically, a long list of repairs for roof damage, drywall repair, rot and mold removal, and gutter replacement lay ahead. And please realize that all of the snow in your building eventually exits the roof over the gutter. It's a slow process that can take weeks and months, all of which is in the form of drips and falling icicles. A gutter usually remains full of ice and is rendered useless until spring or a major thaw. It's the last evidence of snow on a roof. Costs for snow removal, drywall repair, interior and exterior painting, roof repair, removal of rot and mold, and gutter replacement can all be avoided with an IcePro gutter system. Many winter maintenance costs can be eliminated. Just click it and forget it. As soon as the system is activated with a remote switch, ice and snow is removed from your roof in seconds. No chopping, no dripping, no salting, and no damage. So, as a property manager, you can take the worry out of winter. Reduce your liability exposure, eliminate maintenance costs, and keep your lower roof dry and protected all winter. And when it comes to summer, when the leaves need to be cleaned out again, just click it and forget it.
place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I've brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, but my dear, we're still goodbying. And as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going